Hi, it's Simon, and believe it or not, I'm filming this on a webcam, and I think you could be amazed by what it does. This is the Insta360 Link, a 4K AI-powered webcam for your home office, made by a creative action camera brand. Sounds strange, but stranger still, I think it's intelligent. I think this friendly little monster might be the most versatile and premium multi-purpose webcam on the market today, beyond just rigging up a mirrorless camera. From Zoom, streaming, to content creation, it does a lot, but is it worth it? So as someone interested in productivity and simple tools for doing more with less, I suppose AI tech should be appealing. But while the idea of an artificially intelligent webcam was the dubious and scary stuff of sci-fi thrillers a couple of years ago. But this is so interesting, I made a full review video about it. Insta did send me this for review, but this video is not sponsored, and these are very much my own opinions. So, Link AI is a 4K digital gimbal camera with an f1.8 lens that mounts on top of your laptop monitor, or even on a 1/4-inch thread mount, so any usual tripod. It can follow you around the room, respond to visual prompts, and even do automatic top-down shots. That makes this camera more than just a webcam, and it should be, given the high price you would pay for it. But if you regularly create, stream, host meetings, courses, or whatever else online, this really is a powerhouse of a tool to consider. It makes sense given that it's made by an action camera company. As I say, I love Insta360's X3 360 camera, more on that on the channel soon. But this has to be one of the ultimate webcam devices out there right now. Okay, let me show you what this can do. A really nice 120-degree field of view 4K. You've got options and it'll adjust on different resolutions. But if I hold my hand up, you can see the camera starts to move and it will track me around the room. So I can just stand up, and it's actually really effective in how it follows you. I can just move around, come and sit back down, and it readjusts. You actually have the ability to set the tracking speed to fast, normal, or slow. That was slow. This is fast. It really does move quite quick, which I think is rather good. I like slow. I think it's a bit cooler. Hold my hand up and stop it tracking, so it won't track me anymore. Hold it back up, and it does again. I've also found if I scroll on my mouse, I can zoom in and out. That's rather good. And there are more hand gesture controls. So if I stand up over here, if I do this and push up, it will zoom in. If I do this and pull down, it zooms back out again. There is an AI adjuster as well. So in the Link controller you can download, if I set it to head, if I move over here, it will just adjust to my head. If I come back in, it will refocus, and wherever I go, it will adjust to a head view. If I go to half body, it will just do a slightly different adjustment. And there's also a whole body, which I don't think it can do much because I've got too small a room to show you that. If I come back in, turn that back off, it will just adjust back to normal. But there is also this. So if I take this and pop it onto a picture, and I do this sign, it registers that, adjusts, and you can use this as a whiteboard. It jumps in and I can make presentations. I really like how I can move away from the desk. I do it again, and it will jump back again. Look at that. I wish I had this system when I was in lockdown and running workshops and things online. Oh, and by the way, this just means I think you should hit the like button. Okay, so there is a desk view and overhead mode. Now these modes can be activated via the Insta360 Link controller, which is actually quite good. Desk view essentially uses software for horizon leveling, so it does it and kind of adjusts. Overhead mode, by contrast, can be used for more complete and natural top-down shots. I really like this mode. The way to use it though is to mount the camera at 90 degrees. Now that means that you essentially are pointing the camera down towards the desk. But interestingly, it still works with the gimbal as a normal shot. It just limits the amount of movement that you can actually get. So you might consider, if you're someone mostly at your desk and wanting to show stuff on your desk, it could be a really good way to permanently mount it. You just have to do it on a different stand, use the thread, and away you go. For a second camera, or even just like 2 camera setup in one, it could be a really great bet for content creators. So insert your own use case here. Both of these are good once you get them set up right, and I found it a bit temperamental sometimes on how and where the camera would focus. I think most of the time you might want to set a preset or just mess around with it until it's consistent and how it jumps back and forth. So you can also download the Link controller, which is on Insta360's website, and it opens up a whole other set of possibilities. This is where you would use overhead mode and desk view mode. And then we have things like gimbal control, so I can set presets, which I can update like this, and then just set the position that it'll jump to. I've got image settings where I can take the sharpness down, take the saturation down, bit of contrast. We've got a really moody look, and I can reset it. Pretty cool. And then you can also do temperature settings if you're really precise with your filming settings. And then in more settings, we've got all the controls to turn on the gesture and AI controls. And finally, a little hidden thing which is easy to miss is in the top right under preferences. That's where you can change your audio device if you're doing what I'm doing here, which is capturing. And speaking of which, this is the built-in mic on the Insta360. It's perfectly good. It's got background noise cancelling. Fine for Zoom calls, but if you're serious and you're actually spending the money that you would on this device, I would invest 50 quid extra, $50 extra, and get yourself a good USB mic. This is me recording on the Rode wireless Goes with a little mic adjustment, and I just think it massively improves the quality of the sound, which is quite good on the Fuji. And speaking of Fuji, this is a mirrorless camera, so you can see the difference between it. If I do a bit of kind of close focus, that's me zooming in on Pepper, but on the Insta360 it's still really good, and actually the close focus is really, really strong. I can get 10 centimeters from the camera, like 4 inches. So let me know what you make of this in the comments, and if you want to get your hand on the Insta360 link, I have a link in the description. Next up, you should go check out this video for more beautifully designed desk accessories I'm loving, or this one for the most powerful tool I use to save time and get more done with less effort every day. Tools to live your best life, people. It would be awesome if you left a like, amazing if you subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one.